on different platforms. We're specifically using and more familiar with Facebook and Instagram. However, other people are using TikTok, WhatsApp, Pinterest, and things like that. We're not really familiar 100% with their policies. So if you are going to use any of those other applications for social media, look at the terms and conditions for that. We're also going to teach you how to share your story on social media. So without further ado, Dana will be leading our meeting for tonight. So welcome, Dana. Take it away.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening in. Like she was saying, there's so many social media outlets, and because of the nature of this like really exciting industry that we're getting involved in, and it's in its infancy, things are changing all the time. So what I'm going to give you today is really to keep you safe and clear on social media, although things are relaxing all the time, but then they add more regulations. But if you just stick with what this overview is going to give you, you're going to be fine and you're not going to have any problems. So basically, I wrote this up as a little bit of a do and don't kind of overview. And I'll start with the biggest one, or the biggest two. First of all, never speak in terms of dosages or patients, right? What you do talk about is serving size, how to measure a serving size, and our new boxes are more in-depth about explaining how to measure a serving, and also we have that online also on the website. We have a little tutorial up that actually shows how to measure a serving. And then we can also speak about self-experimentation. Everybody's cannabinoid deficiencies are at different levels. Our needs are different. So say my dad weighs, well, he used to weigh a couple 100 pounds, but after COVID, maybe only 100 pounds more than me. But I still need more CBD than he does to get the desired benefits that I want. So you can't just assume someone's male, female, larger, smaller. I say you start with a small amount and you increase until you get the effects you want. That we can talk about, but not a predetermined dose. All right, the next, don't ever make medical claims. You want to steer clear, run clear across the islands, away from words like treat, cure, diagnose, or preventing diseases, even mentioning diseases. It'll keep you safe if you just stay away from them. What you can do is share your anecdotal stories, like how a particular product helped with muscle recovery after a tough workout. Or like for me, I use the tinctures for sleep. So I could tell the story about how I used to use Benadryl to help me sleep. I know it's not great for me, but hey, when you want to get to sleep, you're willing to try almost anything. And it did knock me out. I would sleep, but I would wake up groggy and not well. And then when I started on the tinctures, not only was I falling asleep within 10 minutes, but I would wake up refreshed, feeling great. I wouldn't get that ping up my foot from that first step in the morning from the swelling, because it's also anti-inflammatory. So all these benefits. And then I could share that, you know, I really believe that it's been a great benefit to my life and helping me. Or if you're using the salves, you can share a story about how they're anti-inflammatory and you have sore feet, but the salve helped the soreness go away. And in addition, softened my skin, my heel cracks went away, and now my feet actually smell good, right? So those are anecdotal stories. Share away, because somebody's going to relate. No matter what issue you've had, a pain from a workout, anything, somebody else is going to be able to relate to that. When you say how something helped you, they're going to be interested, like, oh, maybe that can help me too. I do that a lot on social media. When I read down my Facebook, people almost always write, hey, oh, I had this terrible back pain, and do you have any suggestions? And everybody mentions this person for massage or try this chiropractor. And I'm like, have you tried CBD? Just start with question. And some of them have, like, oh, it didn't help me. And then I go on privately and talk to them, but I'm going to bring that up in a minute.
Dana,
yeah.
So should you actually write this down, or should you do like a little video of this? Like, what's the best way to do something like that?
When I'm reading somebody's thread on social media, it's organic, and I'm just talking like a person. You know, if
So
you want to make
that's
a
allowed.
video of
That's
your
allowed to be
story,
done.
if you have something you want to share specifically, you can make videos like once a week. Hey, I have this foot problem, and just share it and put it up there. That's great. That depends on your personality. I think it's a great tool if you're someone who's comfortable with the camera and making videos. Those anecdotal stories and how something helped you, those are allowed on Facebook. You just can't say I had a disease and it cured it. But you can say how something helped you. It improved my sleep. It helped me with some relief of the pain. All right, so here's a tricky story because it does kind of speak to a disease. And this is a true story. We have a customer in New York. She has arthritis. And her doctor told her that she had to discontinue her prescribed medications because it was causing kidney damage. So right away she got off the medications, and within a week, terrible pains came back. So there's a long story to how she came to us, but bottom line is she did come to the Adhere Wellness Products. We got a call the next day after she started. She goes, finally, I don't have to worry about the organs for my doctor, but the pains in my hand are away again. So that's just a powerful story. Those things make us feel great because when you're part of helping someone else, that's even better than, you know, relief for yourself. It just always, I don't know, feels good to me to help others. But the one thing about that story, if you're sharing someone else's story, you just take care to say, you know, it didn't cure her arthritis. She still has arthritis, but it helped her with the, you know, the pain she was suffering. All right, so that's why it's a tricky story. We are talking about a disease, so you make extra care to say it wasn't a cure. Okay, back to another don't. You don't want to actually sell on social media. I know Facebook and Instagram.
Dana,
Yes.
Dana,
Yes, ma'am.
Ben has a question in the chat. The bottom of your screen, he has a question.
I don't have a bottom.
All right, hold on, I'll read it.
So if you want to share questions, I'll answer.
So can we say pain relief?
Okay. We do have this is, different states have different regulations with labeling. And when we were getting our merchant accounts, right? Some of them were very particular. We couldn't say anything, and they wanted us to change our labels too. You know how one of our salves says pain relief right on the label? They wanted us to change everything. And then we set up with a different merchant account system for our credit cards. They had no problem with it at all.
There's only one Facebook.
And there's only one Facebook. I'll tell you that. So I was about to say that on social media like Facebook and Instagram, they have relaxed their rules a lot about CBD. When you talk about pain relief, I would always add that little word helped. It supported my efforts with my sports recovery. It helped alleviate the pain, something like that. Just Facebook really hasn't bothered people for making these posts on their own sites. But I would just stay clear of like I said, never make the medical claims. Helped with pain relief, you're going to be okay. What you don't want to do for sure is sell directly on your Facebook or Instagram. So don't share your replica link there. Don't say I sell these products, buy from me, or buy here. That will pretty much get you in trouble. And to post an ad and promote an ad, it's not going to get through. They still have that all regulated. They're still, I think it's going to change pretty soon, but right now it's not. Pretty much they'll leave you alone most of the time. If you say something on your Facebook or your Instagram, it's not going to be noticed. But I've heard stories about people getting warnings or their accounts getting frozen. So it's not worth it with your account. Just don't chance it. So I would say just don't promote an ad, don't promote a post, and don't speak about curing or treating anything, and you're going to be fine. Does that answer your question? Or did I overkill it?
No, it's just Instagram owns Facebook, and they have a tendency to ban you from 1 to 30 days like that for no reason. Just if they don't like what you say, you're watching. But yeah, no, that's good. I think pain relief would be good. I just wanted to double check that one.
So
I
what
like
are you not allowed to say about massage? It sounds like it's pretty similar. Like if you follow those.
It is. It's just with pictures and images and stuff in advertising, it gets a lot more. It gets a
When
lot
you're
trickier.
advertising, you mean when you actually put up an ad and try to promote an
Well,
ad?
even like video, but yeah, add too. I won't be making any ads. Don't worry. I'm not.
So here's how you get around this. So here's the do to that don't. Educate. Consider yourself an educator about what the products are and how and why they work, because that's completely acceptable on all the platforms. Here's where Shara was talking about create videos of yourself using the product and tell how they made an impact. You're teaching them how to use the products and talk a little about why it works with your endocannabinoid system. You make little mentions like that, and then you're educating and not selling. And that's what people will respond to better anyway. So you're always better off thinking of it as an educational opportunity rather than you're selling someone. And that's how you build trust with people too anyway. So you can talk about all kinds of things that are educational, the differences between marijuana and hemp, full spectrum versus isolate, why we as a company chose to only offer full spectrum products, why the negligible amount of THC that are in our products that can't cause a psychoactive effect, but they increase the benefits like substantially, that entourage effect. You know, you can teach about what that is and what's happening when you use the tincture. You can show yourself using the tincture and what you use it for. And each video can be a different thing. Oh, this is how I use it for sleep. This is how I'm taking care of inflammation throughout my body. For me, I got tests from a doctor, all my blood work done. And the first thing he said is, wow, I've never seen this. Is you have no inflammation in your body. So that was kind of cool to know. And I attribute that to using CBD for the past 2 years. So yeah, consider yourself an educator and you're going to be okay. Educators don't look to treat or prevent diseases. They're not looking to sell. They're just looking to share valuable information with others. You know, also a suggestion would be responding on blogs or other people's posts. So they post something and you're just responding and you can't get in any trouble on your account for that. Just don't share your replica link there. So if you see people like I do, like Franklin, that's how I found Franklin. He had a post, a friend of Ben and I had a post on Facebook about back pains. And I chimed in and we had a little bit of a conversation. And then I took it off the public platform and reached out to him privately. So then you take it to
Did you, excuse me, did
email.
Dana, did you DM him? Did you direct message him?
I have his phone number, so I texted him, but you can DM or you just take it off the public platform. So you can go into more of a private conversation with someone, say, listen, what did you use? If you use something, how did it work for you? Well, I have something great that I know has worked for people. Would you be willing to try something else? Maybe the amount wasn't enough. So, you know, I'd like to work through it with you. And he was game, even though we had tried another brand, it didn't work for him. I found out he bought it on Amazon for $40. It was probably just a bottle of hemp seed oil that he could have bought for $5 at Whole Foods. But people don't know the difference, right? So that's where the need for education comes in. Yeah, so then you just share how our products are genuine, well tested, how you were helped. And just when you're genuine and sharing your stories, your knowledge is very powerful and people will connect to you. Yeah, LinkedIn is another platform. Sherry's more familiar with LinkedIn. I'm not so much, but I do know they are much more open to CBD. So if you're on there, I would recommend looking at what other people are doing and jump in because they are way more open to it. All right, and aside from that, you know, all the regulations and the medical and what you can't say, the lucky thing for you guys is we kind of made it easy for you to steer clear of those things because our brand, our image, who we are as a company really steers clear of the medicinal side and sets us up as more of a wellness and holistic support company. So if you think words like beauty, spa, anti-aging, improving movement, fitness, recovery, relaxation and stress relief, improved sleep, which helps with everything from daily function to beauty. That's what Adira Wellness as a brand is really all about. And you can discuss and educate how your products help with all of those topics. So there's really a lot that you can share. Stay active, involved, stay connected. Maybe make a plan that like once a day you're going to make a connection with someone. And then you'll be surprised how that builds up, because it took us time. And we would talk to someone and say, yeah, they're not interested. And then 6 months later, they're like, they become a great customer. So it just takes the time to stick with it. And the more you're out there, the more people are going to come to trust you as their resource.
Another successful evening here today at aduralwellness.com.